The story begins in a dark forest where someone is running, seemingly in fear or trying to escape from something. Suddenly, the scene cuts, and we see a red bus moving through a road in the same forest. A little further ahead, the bus encounters a blockage on the road and has to change its route. On this new route, they notice something dangerous ahead, and skeletons are visible nearby. As they proceed, all the gates are closed. Suddenly, an eerie tune surrounds the bus, and the children inside get terrified. The bus driver suddenly stops the bus because a dead deer is lying on the road. As soon as he steps out to clear it, he turns around in shock because a man is standing behind him with a gun pointed at him. The man threatens the children, telling them to stay seated quietly. One of the kids remembers seeing this man in the news. He was a serial killer who had recently escaped from prison, and he only targeted teenagers. The man forces everyone to throw their phones out of the window and orders the driver to keep driving. The driver accidentally misses a sign, and they enter a military zone, a place where research had been conducted years ago but was now deserted. The bus eventually stops inside a tunnel due to engine failure. The killer becomes suspicious and points his gun at a young girl, threatening the driver to fix the bus, warning him not to try any tricks. Suddenly, the lights inside the tunnel go out, and the driver sees a strange shadow, which turns out to be a terrifying monster. The monster grabs the driver by the chest and kills him. The people inside the bus witness the entire scene, and the killer quickly returns to the bus, bringing the girl with him. He instructs everyone to stay silent, hoping the monster won't notice them. However, the bus keys are still with the driver, who is now dead. A girl nervously approaches the driver's body to retrieve the keys, shocked by his death, and returns to the bus without revealing what she saw. The killer, growing impatient, threatens to kill everyone if the bus isn't started. One brave boy stands up to the killer and argues with him, giving another child a chance to push the killer from behind and grab his gun. Just then, a sound comes from the roof of the bus, distracting everyone. The killer steps outside in anger, shouting at whatever is out there to face him. Suddenly, his voice stops, and a strange smile appears on his face before something attacks him and beheads him. The children inside the bus are horrified as they see the killer's head being held by the monstrous figure, with strange tendrils coming out of the monster's hand and inserted into the head. In a panic, the kids decide to stay inside the bus to protect themselves. But soon, strange noises start coming from outside, and the bus door opens with a loud creak. They notice the large hands of the monster entering the bus, and in fear, they try to escape through the other door, but it won't open. One of the kids accidentally shines a flashlight at the monster and notices that it recoils from the light. They realize they can use the light to fend off the monster, and using this trick, they manage to escape the bus. They find a map inside a nearby room that reveals they are in a military base. If they could locate the control panel, they might be able to turn on the lights and keep the monster at bay. They devise a plan to find the control panel and turn on the lights. After some effort, they successfully activate the panel, but their biggest challenge remains: luring the monster into the trap they've set. They soak a piece of clothing in blood, placing it in an open area to attract the monster's attention. From a distance, they see the monster approach the bait. Just as it picks up the clothing, they realize that their trigger for the trap is jammed. The monster heads straight for one of the kids, but at the last second, they manage to activate the machine, and the lights blind the monster, causing it to release the girl it was attacking. The children quickly escape the tunnel, but the monster follows close behind. Two of the girls make it out of the tunnel safely, taking a breath of relief. But they notice that their friends haven't made it out yet. They watch as the monster nears the entrance but stops, unable to exit into the daylight. Moments later, the three remaining boys emerge, having set the monster on fire, killing it. Their plan succeeds, and all the kids survive. Not only have they saved themselves, but they've also eliminated the threat for anyone who might come to this place in the future. In the final scene, the children remember their bus driver, who had once asked them a riddle. What is the one thing that can get you out of any trouble? At the time, they didn't know the answer, but now they realize that the answer is courage. Even in fear, the driver had taught them a valuable lesson that would stay with them for life. And with this, the story comes to an end.